Bar to bar for a second. McGrath looks back at David Vuillemin. The 2000 EA Sports Supercross season began with the age-old question, who would unseat Jeremy McGrath? Honda's Top Gun, Ezra Lusk, crashed in the opening practice session, out for the year. Left, his teammate Kevin Windham. Kawasaki's Ricky Carmichael. Yamaha's David Vuillemin. And veteran Honda rider Mike LaRocco. Before a sold-out crowd in Anaheim, Showtime set the stage and put his understudies on hold with 2 dominating wins. LaRocco hung tough, finishing second and third. But it was Vuillemin who would meet McGrath's challenge, winning the next 2 rounds in San Diego and Phoenix, moving to within 2 points of the 6-time champion.
I prove, tonight I can win when Jeremy is up front, and it's a good step for me to get that, and so we'll see in a couple of weeks if I can do the same.
McGrath, fighting the flu and upset with his performance, went on a tear, winning the next 4 races, leading all 80 laps, while Vuillemin and the rest struggled to keep pace.
Yeah, David was riding good those 2 races, and I mean, he's granted. Excuse me. He's still riding really good, but I just had a little bit of problems at those races, and my starts are coming back. I mean, the bike's working really good.
Carmichael was the next to challenge McGrath's supremacy. At Daytona, in front of his fellow Floridians, Ricky won his first 250 Supercross race. Although he was out of the title hunt, he had beaten McGrath.
I had to work for it. Jeremy was right there on my tail the whole time, and man, I just gave it 100%, and I wanted to go as long as I could, and I made it past that halfway, and he started falling back a little bit, but he don't have to win. He's won plenty of them.
McGrath responded in his trademark manner. Another win in St. Louis, his 7th of the year. But Vuillemin came back in round 11 with his 3rd and biggest win of the season in Minneapolis. Keeping sight of McGrath, he had now won Phoenix and Minneapolis, the first 2 legs of the band's Triple Crown. A win next week in Las Vegas, and he takes home a $500 million bonus.
Everybody told me that when I arrived here, so it motivated a little bit more, and I got a good start, and so everything going very great here, and now I'm thinking about next week.
But it was back to normal the following week in Pontiac with win number 8 for Jeremy. Vuillemin finished 4th and lost precious points in the championship race.
We've come a long way, and I think this year is probably my best year so far in 3 years, so it's looking good. I'm happy to do what I'm doing for Yamaha.
Remember Kevin Windham? McGrath called him one of the most talented riders on the circuit. After a disappointing season, Windham came alive in Dallas, winning his first race of the year. He had proven that he indeed belonged.
It's been a real long time, and I don't care if it came at the last race or this race or any race. At this point, I'm just glad to be on top of the podium, and it's overwhelming. I've been beating my head against the wall for so long, and finally I've come out of the slump.
2 weeks ago in New Orleans, McGrath and Vuillemin staged an awesome battle in the Superdome. The kid from France beat the champ, forcing a showdown in the Windy City. Jeremy hadn't clinched a Supercross title with a win since 1996. But in Chicago, it was obvious from the start that he was not going to let the presentation of the #1 plate be delayed to the final round. Things were decided early when David Vuillemin got hung up behind Ricky Carmichael, crashing in the first turn. Catching McGrath seemed impossible with the Frenchman emerging in 18th, but he would soar to within 2 seconds of the celebrating McGrath. The sports icon set the fireworks off, his 7th title in 8 years.